starting today's video here at the Royal Gorge, where in a few minutes we will be jumping on this gondola, which from here looks very beautiful and peaceful, but from the top view with the drone you can see it's incredibly deep gorge and very windy today, so we're a little bit scared. But we should be okay. It's certainly more safe in the gondola than the zip line, which looks pretty terrifying. Now, before we go any further, please stay tuned to this video because we have got 6 days in our RV going all around Colorado. We're not exactly sure what we'll get up to, but we should see tons of beautiful Mother Nature and some good family moments. Not to mention, we will be at Mile High Stadium for some nice football footage to end our Colorado experience. So lots to do, and the adventure awaits. First things first, we're about to jump on this gondola. Let's go.
Come on in. Oh yeah. Woo.
Oh look, there's even a train track down there.
Yeah. They think you can take the train.
Yeah, way down there, you can see the track.
That was scary, man. For me, it was scary. I saw people ziplining. I don't think I can do it. That was enough. The cable car dangled a bit, and I was like,
Oh, lots. I didn't see all of them until now. Actually, it's funny because when we pulled in our bus converted to RV, in the parking lot, there was a bunch of goats around us, and we were a bit nervous, honestly. We're city people, we're like, oh.
yeah. Look at that. It's so cool.
And so we've decided to walk back. Rather than take the gondola again, we'll go across a bridge. I'm not sure if this is the right move or not, but let's check it out. Worth a try. And so as it turns out, the bridge is an absolute must-do. So the beauty all around we expected, and it is nice to see the gondola from here, which can really give you a sense of the scale of just how high it is. And not to mention, we can even see on that little cliff way down there, there are some people who are walking across a tiny little skinny bridge, which looks pretty exciting. But to be clear, we sort of expected that. What we didn't expect from this bridge is it is pretty thrilling just to be here because beneath your feet is wood, just solid wood planks. And there are some big gaps where you can see right down to the bottom. And when you're in the middle of the bridge where we are now, this thing is shaking a lot. I can't believe there's only 7 or 8 people on this bridge. If you put 100 or 200 people on it, it would probably swing so much. Woo. It's thrilling, and I absolutely recommend it. This is a must walk on the bridge. It's fantastic.
You saw real ones today, Jean? Oh, now she wants it.
What do you say? What's a budget? Want $10? $15?
I think that's gonna be like 40, no?
Yeah, they're not gonna tell me, so that means we can't afford it. Oh, 27.
Okay, cheaper than I thought.
Me too.
Oh, she's gonna cry. Oh, you don't need more stuff anymore. Oh. She loves that goat.
So I tell you what, felt like we had that place more or less all to ourselves, which is a nice feeling when you're out in nature, no crowds, no lines, just freely walking around to one of the many viewpoints in that place, because it really is 360 degrees of beauty. Not to mention, we just did like 10% of the activities in there. There's way more things to do, and I especially liked the signs of history telling you about the natives 200 or 300 years ago, and Ivana left with a whole stack of brochures, and there's some goats right here. So I'm gonna say this place was pretty darn great overall. Now I'm not trying to bother these guys, but they are giving me the stink eye because this is the exit, am I right?
Yes.
So sorry guys, I'm coming right your way. Please don't dig your horns into my bus. How you guys doing?
Bye-bye.
I'm new around here. Okay, see you later. Well, we're officially in Colorado because that right there is a paper bag from Walmart. First time I've ever seen that. Breaking news, everybody. Evidently, the animal we saw was in fact a bighorn sheep, which is a bit embarrassing because I must have called it a goat about 7 times. Right. Nearly as bad as the time I tried to order El Jeffy from the Texas barbecue. He says, "Do you mean El Jefe?" I go, "Ah." Anyway, next up is Garden of the Gods, which at the very least is a great name, Garden of the Gods. Pretty sure it's a deer, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Get it wrong again.
Yeah?
You got it. Oh, over the shoulder. Tell you what, you guys might think that I have edited some of this footage to make it more orange, but I assure you I have not. It's just the color of the rock. It's so vivid. It almost looks like somebody's climbed up there and painted it, especially with the blue sky behind it. It's really wow. And I especially like the way they've built the paths, because certainly you need to build some paths and maintain it so people can get around, but you don't really want to see the path. You almost want it to look natural and kind of blend in. So they've done a great job because it's a short walk from the car and you feel like you're in a totally different world, totally immersed in these gigantic orange rocks. It's a really great place. And so we've come to the ranch where we will be staying tonight. Now, on our way here, we found a viewpoint where you could see Garden of the Gods, which is interesting that it's almost more beautiful than the view from within Garden of the Gods, because you see all of the big orange rocks and the white snow-capped mountains in the background. Was pretty spectacular. Now, we're gonna go check out the horses and donkeys and mules, but our host over here says when the sun goes down, the turkeys will come home to roost in these trees. So I don't know what that means exactly, but what we're gonna do is set up our table and barbecue underneath the trees, and maybe as we're cooking and eating, the turkeys will fly over our head. I'm excited for that. And so, horses, dinner, turkeys. It's gonna be a great day on the ranch. Let's go.
Aww. Smelling you, huh, Jean?
This is how you introduce yourself to a horse. Let the horse smell your hand first, and then you can touch them after.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't like me as much as he likes Jean. She loves you, Jean. Look at that.
He's really nervous.
All right. See you later. Bye. Thanks for coming.
She's Jean, very friendly.
Oh, everyone loves you, Jean.
You're kind of scary, yeah. All right, so sun has fallen, and so far we've seen exactly 0 turkeys. But maybe in the morning we'll see them, says another guest over here. Anyway, you'll notice the laundry all around. The dryer only did a 80% dry. So we're gonna do 20% hanging around the
bus.
RV or the bus. With that being said, I nearly served us raw chicken on the way in here because it's the first time I've cooked barbecue in sub-zero temperatures. So you can probably hear the furnaces on. But anyway, life is good in Colorado. It's so beautiful outside. It's a bit more rugged and cold and tough, but it's nice. We like it. And so hopefully tomorrow we'll see some turkeys. As Baby Jean yums up some chicken.
Yummy, yummy. Oh.
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh my goodness. Jean is having a bad hair day there, Jean.
She's got altitude hair, man.
Altitude hair. What's going on, Jean? Shadow.
Look at the shadow.
The shadow of your hair. Oh gosh, Jean. Oh.
All right, so we've made it to more or less the top of Red Rocks Amphitheatre here. Now, admittedly, this place would be more fun to show you if we were seeing a concert, which we are not. And it does feel sort of silly to go to a place like a theater with no one performing, but not really, because there's people all around and even people exercising here, and it's a tourist attraction. It's a beautiful theater. The first time I heard of it was from a comedy special by Bill Burr, and I remember he was on TV on Netflix, and for the first half an hour, I didn't even pay attention to any of his jokes because I was just on YouTube looking at videos of this place going, is this real? Because he was filming here and I was so distracted by the beauty of the venue I couldn't even watch the show. So it's kind of a one-of-a-kind place, really. In fact, when you're walking up, you almost don't even notice it's here. It's like hidden beautifully in between these two gigantic red rocks and free to enter during the day, so it's unique. We've been to 50 countries or so and we've done so many tourist attractions. This is the first time we went to a theater without seeing a show there, just to see the theater. And for me, it's worth it because the view of the theater is great and the view from the theater is great. So quite fun to be here. There's even people exercising here, running back and forth. So it's almost like a public park in the most unique of locations, way up in the top where they have a theater there. And what's nice is way in the distance, you can see Denver, which is a bit of foreshadowing because that's where we're going next. So I think we'll soak up some good vibes here and enjoy for a bit, and then we'll drive to Denver. To be fair, the RV parking lot is the farthest one. So we had to walk quite far and we're both tired. You gotta walk up, but it's worth it because it's almost like a hike to a theater. It's really great. So let's enjoy and then go to Denver. All right, so first impressions of Broncos fans. This is a lively bunch. We've already heard a louder volume here than entire games in other stadiums, and the game hasn't even started yet. Honestly, when Bo Nix entered the field, these people were about to fall out of their seats. They're going so wild. It was really impressive, actually. We suck! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my!
And we have made it to our camping spot for the night. And guess what Jean had for snacks?
Jean, get any in your mouth?
Oh, you're too cute, Jeannie. Hi. Wow.
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 I gotta say, beautiful animal.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, right?
Very majestic.
Majestic.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad. I'm parked with my four-way flashers on, but there's other people parked.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're locals or tourists like us, but
Probably tourists.
we don't see this every day. Whoa.
Look at that. Wow.
The antlers so big, no?
Yeah, beautiful. Wow. Very majestic.
Awesome. Okay, now Rocky Mountain National Park. Wow. Okay.
Bye bye, beautiful creature.
Bye bye, little buddy. Or big buddy.
Oh, look at that. Bunch of birds crossing. I think they're turkeys.
I don't know.
They're wild turkeys, man.
Think so?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is coming. Maybe grab one.
Wow.
Dude, Colorado's the place, man.
Crossing the street.
Whole bunch of them, no?
This is the type of traffic in Colorado.
Yeah, traffic. Sorry, I'm late for work, boss. I got caught behind a pack of turkeys.
Wow.
Gobble, gobble.
Here we are at the entrance of Rocky Mountain National Park.
All right, so good news, bad news. Government is shut down in America. I don't know exactly what that means, but for one, we cannot stay overnight in the park. This is bad news. Good news is it's free to enter because they're not allowed to collect money when the government's not working.
All right.
So I would rather pay and stay here, but in the end, we saved $30 and we gotta leave before before sundown.
Okay. And as you can see, snow covering the ground everywhere, and it's actually a little icy. So we have to be careful here. Whew. Beautiful though.
So, if I remember correctly, it was Teddy Roosevelt, the American president, who designated a bunch of land across the whole country to be a national park. And it's such a great idea because, okay, there's snow on the ground, so you can't exactly see all the ground, but I feel like if there was no snow, you wouldn't even see one cigarette butt. It's really pristine over here. The Americans do a great job of keeping these things totally clean. It's like a great escape. We've walked maybe 5 or 10 minutes from our vehicle, and it feels like we're 100 miles from civilization.
Right.
It's really just the wilderness immediately. Now, to be fair, we've been to many national parks, both in this country and in other countries, and every single one I said it was great. I'm a national parks kind of guy. With that being said, this national park is great. And what I'm about to say is very obvious, but I want to say it because when you're near a mountain, just being near the mountain, it's a good feeling. I feel like I'm a small part of a very big thing.
Sure.
Very, very good feeling. So I'm enjoying every minute of Rocky Mountain National Park. Now, for a bit of behind-the-scenes information, our intention was to go on a 1.1 mile hike to Dream Lake. We got about halfway there. We made it to Nymph Lake, and then people coming down the hike said it's all ice up there, it's a lot of wind, and it might not be the best thing to do with a baby.
Yeah.
So this is our first time doing this kind of thing with 14-month-year-old. So in theory, it was a failure. We made it halfway,
And then we went back.
and then we went back. But I don't have any regrets because it's our first time, so we're learning how to do this, and in the end, we had a good experience, and most importantly, everyone's safe. So I didn't slip and fall on some ice with a baby strapped to my chest way up there. It would be a big mistake. So anyway, it is super windy, my nose is running, and we're going to go back to the RV and hit the furnace. The journey continues here in colorful Colorado. This is one of the best drives I've ever been on. First of all, it's so beautiful, okay, obviously. But also, I feel like I haven't touched a gas pedal in 25 miles. Just downhill, winding like this. Beautiful, man. And talk about gas mileage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Great Sand Dunes National Park. Now, we wanted to come here because, at least for us, if we see a picture or a video of this place, we would not guess this is Colorado. So it's an unexpected adventure for us. Now, the good news is you are allowed to park your RV here overnight, despite the fact that the American government is still shut down. I think there's volunteers working at this place, so big thanks to them, and we're grateful because the place we parked our bus as the sun was going down last night was so beautiful with the sand dunes right behind us. Now, first things first, this morning, sweet baby Jean has been making friends because the wildlife here is all around and there's not shy animals. So they're walking right through the asphalt roads of the RV park and jumping over the fences. And we've had a great morning just looking at all the wildlife around us. And so now, come along with us as we go to the sand dunes. What are we gonna do over there? I don't exactly know. I have an idea or a dream of taking off my socks and shoes and running up them in bare feet. Maybe it's too cold or too dangerous. Let's go see what happens at Great Sand Dunes National Park. Let's go. That's it. Time to go barefoot. Approved. Let's go.
Yeah, good job. New feeling, eh?
Look, there's Ivana and Jean there. And I've come over here I'm a bit nervous actually that it's gonna collapse and fall down, but I think not, because usually in national parks there's a trail. You have to walk along the trail. Over here there's footprints going every direction, so you're sort of free to explore. Kind of great, honestly. I love this place. Oh, look at this. World's longest shadow. Whoa. Everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Jean. Oh, I know. She saw her dada way up there. Way up there is dada. Right, Jean? Whew. Wow, walking on the sand is very tiring. Jean got a lot of energy. Good job, Jean.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. The sand is so cold inside. You can hear it.
Jean misses her dada while he was out there. Well, Jean, this is your playground for the day. Nobody but us. Look at this. Wow. Jean.
Yeah. Just like that, it is time for dinner. And today we're doing pork tenderloin on the grill, which is one of my favorite campfire or campsite foods, because after it's marinated, all I gotta do is plop it on the grill and then cut it open a few times to make sure it's not bloody inside, and quite delicious and quite tasty. Now, Ivana, I'm gonna ask you a question. I have not prepared you for this in any way. Can you say favorite part? You don't have to do top 1 to 5. It's very hard to do all the rankings. But is there a part that stands out to you most about our Colorado trip?
In Colorado? Well, the stadium, Mile High Stadium. I like that part. And also, actually, Garden of the Gods.
Really?
I like Garden of the Gods better than the national parks. Isn't that weird?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for me, I was gonna say, okay, the game was great. The fans at Mile High are amazing. But I was gonna say Rocky Mountain National Park can't be beaten.
Yes, that too. Rocky Mountain.
It's a bit too bad we couldn't stay inside Rocky Mountain National Park.
Yes.
Because with the shuttle bus conversion, literally our entire bedroom is windows.
Right.
I would have loved to open up, wake up in the morning and look out the window and have the mountains there are really special.
Right.
So that would have been nice to see. And also, maybe what could have beaten it is if we had have seen a show at the amphitheater. That might have been even better.
Yes, that was cool too.
But for me,
all parts are cool.
they're great. Even the gorge was great. Even
And even just the drive.
driving
Not
around
a
was great.
destination, just driving around.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this as an outro to our video. One thing I didn't expect, because we came here for the mountains. So we expected to see the beautiful Mother Nature. That's why we came. But one thing I didn't expect was Colorado has a proper culture going on. They have a unique thing that Coloradoans are doing.
Right.
Obviously, like, America has a culture. There's something that ties all of the states together. But a person from New York City is going to be different than a person from Miami or something in the terms of the culture. And so I didn't realize that there is definitely a Colorado style of living. They got a certain car. They got a lot of bumper stickers for some reason. They dress very relaxed.
Yeah.
Everyone looks like they're either going to or coming from a hike. Everyone's got a $2,000 dog, gorgeous dogs. The restaurants and the bars are dog friendly. We saw some dog pubs where you can go have a beer and bring your dog. And even when we were at Mile High, to play the national anthem, they put the American flag and they put the Colorado flag.
Yeah.
They have a national pride kind of thing they're doing. I didn't expect that. So, for me, I love the trip. I mean, RV life in Colorado is fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely loved it. The mountains, what we came for, amazing. But just the driving around and the seeing the people, great. Absolutely loved it. So with that being said, it's time to eat.